Let's go next to Ricky from Charlotte. Is that Charlotte, North Carolina, I presume?
Yes, it is. David, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for taking my call. So I wanted to ask you, I've kind of noticed it seems to me like the right is better at stigmatizing and demonizing words and certain things that are associated with the left more than the left is. So just to give like an example, um, for decades they've worked on demonizing the term socialism, and it's kind of stuck. And all the left wing sort of economic schools of thought, like if you're just a normal person, if you would think that Marxism is synonymous with genocide or something like that. But I just don't see the left like as doing as good of a job of like demonizing a lot of ideas that are associated with the white right. The only example I can think of is like we've kind of demonized nationalism, but I kind of see that they're trying to revive that. What do you think?
I completely agree with you, and you're not the only person to notice this. George Lakoff has written about this. To some extent, Thomas Frank has written about this. That this is, you go back to the very basic framing of, for example, tax relief. Tax relief is evil genius in a sense, right? Well, you relieve people of taxes. Taxes are a burden. It's just
Hmm.
taxes burden people. You get rid of taxes, you relieve the burden. That is a completely absurd and myopic framing of the fact that government needs to be able to do things, and we have decided that we don't do, in most places, a private fire department or police department and roads and all these different things. But the term
Hmm.
tax relief at a structural level pushes things in favor of the right, and the left has to argue against that. And they've done it with socialism, they've done it with abortion, pro-life. I think
Yeah.
that there are definitely opportunities for the left to win the branding game. One example that this should have started a year and a half ago. These Republicans who are crazy about the pandemic, either they don't want to deal with it in a serious way, whatever, they should start to be called pro-virus, right? They're on the side of the coronavirus. That's the way that it should be framed. And if I'm the only one doing it, it's not going to do anything. But if that had been the framing for a long time, that when they do these things, they are really on the side of the virus, we may have been able to change the trajectory even a little bit of the way that the pandemic was dealt with. I think there are opportunities, but you're completely right that for the most part, the left is not doing well on this issue of naming and framing. Whoops,
Example,
I'm sorry, I accidentally muted you there. What were you saying?
sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. No, it was my fault. I
No,
apologize.
no problem. I was just going to say the one more recent thing that I've noticed, and it's kind of made me mad, that ever since the like social justice protests last year, a
Yep.
bunch of these boomer Republicans for the first time, heard the term woke, and they've done everything to demonize it, like saying that I really hate what's happened to the term, because I think back, it's not a new thing. It's been around for a while, and it was always just about like, be conscious of it was about being conscious, know like history, like understand like how the systems work and everything, and don't just always fall for the mainstream narrative. Now, they've effectively demonized it to where it just means like anything, that's they'll call any sort of climate change proposal woke, or anything like
Yep.
this. And I feel like it's effective, and it's just I hate how we're losing that battle.
It's
Is what
the
I'm saying.
exact same thing that happened with the regressive left, where there was a very brief period where regressive left really meant something or someone or an idea that is
Yeah.
ostensibly left, but it is
Yeah.
actually an authoritarian regressive thing. And for a very short period of time, it actually worked to define and point to something. It then just became bastardized by the right, and anything left
Yeah.
they just call regressive. That's it. So yeah, they're winning on all fronts on that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can win it. But I appreciate you taking my call, David. You have a great day.
Thank you for calling in. Great, very important issue, no question about that. Let's go next to Donnie from, is it pronounced Visalia? Visalia? How do you pronounce it?
Visalia.
Visalia. Okay, good. Where is that?
Yes. It's Central California,
Oh,
Torrance
okay.
County, about 45 minutes south of Fresno.
Oh, beautiful area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of you and let you know about, I'm pretty sure that because Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet, and I know I heard stuff about Trump using 17 flags or something like that, but I believe that's why he was always saying the 1917 pandemic was to kind of send a shout out to Q supporters.
Oh, that is fascinating.
And,
Let me see if I understand this one. So Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Is that true? I'm taking your word for that.
I mean, I haven't personally looked it up, but it was on documentaries that I had seen. CNN,
M is the
mentioned it.
13th. So MNOPQ would make it the 17th. Right. Okay. Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. I guess,
Yeah.
did Trump regularly have 17 American flags on the stage, or was that like once?
I'd heard that. Well, I don't know. It might have been only once. I had
Okay.
heard that he did that once, but I believe that's why he kept referring to the 1918 pandemic as the 1917 pandemic.
That's fascinating. I
Secretly
mean, listen,
send a shout out to Q supporters.
it's probably not the case. He's probably just an idiot, and he once said 1917, and then he kept saying it because he can't admit. But that's fascinating. That's a signal to Q, the Q people. That's funny. Yeah, look, you're kind of going in and out there, Donnie.
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right, I'm going to let you go. A very, very funny instinct and suggestion. The connection left a little bit of something to be desired there. Let's be honest, most health food snacks are not very exciting. They don't taste great. They don't fill you up. One of our sponsors is Monk Pack, who makes amazing keto granola bars that are sweet, soft, chewy, and filling with a slight crunch. Each has only 1 gram of sugar, 2 to 3 net carbs, and just 140 calories. Perfect for anybody doing low carb or keto. Or if you just want a tasty sweet snack without the sugar. Everybody should be mindful of sugar intake, but you don't have to do so at the expense of flavor, because Monk Pack Keto Granola Bars come in delicious flavors like coconut cocoa chip, peanut butter, blueberry, almond, vanilla. There are other flavors too, I can tell you firsthand. They're all great. I always keep these in my pantry. It's a perfect snack during a busy day. Go to monkpack.com, link underneath this video, and you'll save 20% when you use the promo code PACMAN at checkout.